Hey everyone, welcome to our APEC Young Entrepreneurs Chat. I'm Olivia He, your host today. So in this session, we have an amazing group with us from China, South Korea, Thailand, and Mexico. Shall we start with a quick hello in your own language, guys? Jichen, do you want to go first?
大家好，我叫柳继春。Hello everyone, my name is Jichun Liu. In 2018, I founded ClearPlate app. Right now, we have more than 10 million users. We are using AI tool to reduce food waste. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you. And next we have Sarah from Thailand. Hello, Sarah. Sawadee-ka.
สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Sarah from Thailand, the founder of Earthbound and the legend of Chengdu Polymer Development Association. In Thailand, my work focuses on transforming agricultural waste into bio-based leather and polymer technology transfer between Southeast Asia and China. Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you, Sarah. And next we have Professor Kim from South Korea. 안녕하세요, Professor Kim.
안녕하세요. 인성 Kim. I'm professor in School of Government and Management, University of International Business and Economics in China. Also director of the China-Japan Korea Socio-Economic Research Center. Thank you, invite. 반갑습니다.
Thank you, Professor Kim. And last but not least, we have Diego from Mexico. Hola.
Hola, good morning from Mexico. Well, I'm Diego, I'm from Mexico, and I lead Global Skills Institute, an organization that helps people grow through educational, international experiences, and leadership opportunities. So we believe that when a young person or any person develop their skills, they don't just improve their own lives, but they help to build better communities. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you, guys. Amazing. It's so great to have you here. Okay, let's jump right into the conversation. So first question for everyone. What was the initial spark, that one moment that made you think, okay, this is it, I have to do this? So Sarah, let's start with you. When was the moment for you to look at a leaf and think, oh, I can actually build a business on this?
Okay, so thank you for the question. Actually, I think it all started with my way of living. I have been drawn to nature and the simplicity. That's where I feel most like myself. Growing up surrounded by nature, it became a part of who I am today. Since childhood, I have been also involved in sustainability. To my family business, we transformed the leaf waste into packaging. They were the first manufacturer and exporter of this kind of product to Europe at the time as the social enterprise. And then 2017, I moved to China to pursue my bachelor and master degree. During that time, I realized that agriculture waste is limited to the leaf of packaging. There's so much untapped potential. The realization inspired me to start my own company with a larger and more industrial version, transform different types of agricultural waste into bio-based leather for fashion and automotive industry. We aim to reduce waste across China and South Asia.
And Ji-Chen, what was the specific moment that you saw something that made you think, okay, we have to stop food waste?
Thank you for the question. We might know that globally, 1/3 of world's food produced per year is wasted. So we can say it's not easy to tackle this issue. And the idea of our app, ClearPlate app, was inspired by a restaurant. They give rewards for customers who finish their food without waste. It just inspired me. And I think this kind of incentive can be useful to tackle food waste issues and can be amplified through mobile app applications. So we developed ClearPlate app. Through this app and our movement, we hope to start a new trend among people, especially the younger generation, to cherish food and embrace sustainable lifestyle. Thank you.
Great stuff. And Diego, what got you into youth skills?
Thanks, Olivia. Well, for me, it was all about the transformative power of the skills. I've seen that when young people, whether young individuals or even entire organizations, develop the right skill sets, they don't just improve their own quality of life, they open the doors to greater social mobility and to contribute into a broader economy. And at Global Skills Institute, we believe that fostering both personal and international skills helps people to become not just more employable, but better human beings who can positively impact impact their society. In other words, I would say that better skills lead to better lives and better world for everyone.
What about Professor Kim? What got you really excited about focusing on China, Japan, South Korea region?
Yeah. Basically, I'm Korean, but now teaching in China and earned all my degrees in Japan. So the single findings that electrified me was when CSR began appearing in management journal in the middle of 2000, just before I started my PhD program in Japan. I realized it could become the next core competitive factor for sustainable business growth. Yet while Korean and Japanese firms already had relatively mature CSR practice, Chinese companies were still a blank slate, and enormous and unexplored laboratory where the link between social impact and profitability could be tested at scale. And in 2013, I arrived at Peking University as a postdoc, introduced the concept of the social enterprise using business to solve social problem, and spent the next 2 years researching it across the 3 countries. And I became convinced that this field had the potential to transcend political divisions and historical grievance among the three countries. So there are the management of the corporate social values and climate finance and ESG in these 3 countries became my main research interest.
So clearly you guys all work across different cultures, and that has to come with some really interesting stories. So guys, what's the most fascinating cultural difference you've encountered? Sarah, you went to uni in Sichuan. How about telling us some stories from back then?
Yeah, about 9 years ago, I went to Chengdu for one week trip, and I had seen the news about China being a great place for modern living, technology, and nature. But when I actually went there, it was far beyond what I imagined. I was touched by how welcoming Chinese people were to Thai people, and I noticed how popular Thai food, Thai products, and even Thai movies were in China. The way Chengdu blends nature and modern life really amazed me at the time. And Chengdu is the one of the most inclusive place I have been in Asia. After that trip, I just wanted to stay longer. Even though I cannot speak Chinese at that time and had already enrolled in university in Thailand, I know that I wanted to be in China. So I immediately started searching the university in Sichuan province. And then when I discovered Sichuan University, I applied and start my new chapter in China. So I think China truly feel like my second home now, the place where I feel most comfortable, inspired, and where my dream truly began.
And Diego, you work with so many countries, obviously. What's one simple thing you do to quickly connect people from a different culture?
Thanks, Olivia. One thing that I've learned working with over 20 countries is that connecting across culture is really about listening and showing genuine curiosity. It brings their own and understand that everyone brings their own background and experiences that to the table. By acknowledging and valuing those differences, you build trust and find a common ground. So I think that it's really just about empathy and openness. And that's how we create those cross-cultural connections. In addition to empathy and openness, something that's really helped me, it's developing what we might call a multicultural skill. I don't know, I can tell you that according to the World Economic Forum, this is a key competence today, the ability to understand and navigate different cultures naturally. Developing these skills allows you to communicate better and be more effective in any environment.
Great. And Professor Kim, how would you describe the startup energy in China, South Korea, and Japan? I mean, are they totally different?
It's a big question, hard to answer concisely. The formation and concrete manifestation of a country's overall social ideology, like startup energy, are mainly influenced by 3 types of factors, like external shock, internal culture, and policy. And Korea, China, and Japan are geographically and culturally close, so they are thought to have many similarities. But when these factors are examined in detail, they turn out to be very different. Among these three factors, the loose road with external and internal factors exert influence are complex, heteronomous, and often gradual and indirect. In contrast, policy factors can be said to be what direct and greatly affect such situation and can be autonomously manipulated within a short period. Therefore, we can analyze the policy factors affecting startup energy in the three countries and compare the differences by looking at the degree of participation by market actors and civil society in implementing these policies. For this question, speaking briefly based on what I have found, the differences in startup energy among the three countries streams less from policy factors themselves and more from differences in how market actors and civil society respond to relevant policies, and as well as differences in understanding and motivation regarding entrepreneurship.
And Ji-Chen, when you tell people about your clean plate idea outside China, how do you normally explain it to people to make people get it, actually? I'm curious.
Thank you, Olivia. So our mission is to inspire and empower everyone in the world to take actions against food waste. So, of course, we hope to implement Clear Plate app in some other countries in the future. So basically, Clear Plate is a tool and platform where everyone can get rewards from their saving food behavior. So after a meal, users can take photos of their plate using our app, and we have AI algorithm to identify whether waste or not. And if that's a clear plate, which means no food waste, the user can get credits. Those credits can be used to redeem gifts or make donations to charity meals. And our cooperative companies or donations will donate 1 RMB for each clear plate action to those charity projects, charity meal projects. So just by offering rewards for saving food and reducing food waste, we have more than 10 million users during the past 5 to 6 years.
Oh, impressive.
And we hope this idea can help solve global food waste issues. Thank you.
Good to know, Ji-Chen, thank you. And as entrepreneurs and leaders connecting with the digital native generation, what do you guys think is the single biggest advantage that Gen Z has? Is it their innate skill with social media or their deeper sensitivity to sustainability? Sarah, let me go to you first. What do you think?
Actually, thank you for the question. Actually, I was born in 1998, right? So I think it's the age between Gen Y and Gen Z. I have witnessed the evolution of technology firsthand from the early day of iPhone during my high school and the rise of TikTok during my university and now AI after my graduation. And life today feels much more comfortable with technology. And honestly, by next year, I think there probably be something more advanced. Digital technology is a truly double-edged sword, in my opinion. For Gen Z, it can be the most powerful tool if used widely. AI, for example, it can incredible potential to help us solve real-world problems, save time, and expand our knowledge. But the challenge is that many young people still use AI to generate quick answers without really understanding the logic or creativity behind them. They just copy and paste. Like the real power comes from when we use it as partner, not the shortcut. And similarly, social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Xiaohongshu, IG, and YouTube have become important space for creativity and learning for young people. They allow Gen Z to explore new ideas, share knowledge, and even build their own channels to inspire others. With the use video purpose, social media isn't just for entertainment. It can become a space where young people can create positive impact and contribute to society in our global. Thank you for the question, Olivia.
And Diego, let me go to you next. What's your opinion on this one?
Oh, that's a very good question, Olivia. I think that the Gen Z biggest advantage is their adaptability and resilience in a fast changing world. I mean, they went through COVID, and while they are naturally fluent in digital tools and care deeply about sustainability, and what I think that what truly stands out is how they have had to rewrite the rules on the fly. They are navigating a labor market that is unpredictable and demanding, and yet they remain agile, creative, and hardworking. That adaptability is their superpower, and it's what will allow them to lead the next wave of innovation and global progress, I think.
And Professor Kim, what do you have in mind?
Yeah, firstly, I don't think they are born good at social media. They simply grew up surrounded by it, including all the media coverage that comes with it. As for whether they have a deeper understanding of sustainability, that's also shaped more by environment than by generation. When it comes to actually changing behavior or implementing solutions, the gap among the three countries in G is still wide, I think. And this gap isn't unique to Gen Z. We shift the question from do they understand sustainability better to do they behave in a sustainability oriented way? You can compare to three groups with data and real world tests, maybe. Then we can tell whether they actually grasp sustainability better than the previous generation.
Great stuff. And Jichen, what's your thoughts?
Thank you, Olivia. In my opinion, I think the key advantage for youth will be the passion and innovation. You can see from our example, Clear Play Tab, you can see that sometimes the trigger for social innovation can be quite small, and the social problems, social issues can also be a chance where young people can make change happen. Where there are social problems such as climate change, such as food waste issues, anything related, there can be such social enterprises that use commercial ways and innovative ways to tackle these issues, especially by young people and for young people. Thank you.
I think we had a great point about Gen Z's global awareness, and it actually leads perfectly to my next question. So, in your opinion, guys, how can young entrepreneurs better contribute to global governance initiatives? So, Professor Kim, let's start with you for this one.
Yes, thank you for question. To young entrepreneurs, here are 3 points I always recommend. First, before starting a business, you must clearly define both an economic and social purpose. Before planning how your product or service will generate large economic returns, then how it can efficiently create positive impact for a specific community or group. This should be the founding idea and core value of the organization. Second, organizational performance should be evaluated on both financial and social value. This allows you to check how well your goals are being met. To do this, you need to set objective indicators to measure the social value your organization pursues, just like financial metrics. Third, these two, social and economic purpose, are not independent, but must be closely and directly linked. The entire cycle of product and service development, sales, operation, and profit distribution should aim to achieve both social and financial benefits.
Wow, a great point. It's a bit hard to catch that one. So, Diego, jumping off from that, what would you add?
Oh, well, that was a very good point. And
Yeah.
I think that young entrepreneurs today, they have both the responsibility and the opportunity to contribute, not on a global governance, just by using the platforms that now include social media, etc., but also to like recognize that countries and institutions are increasingly giving young people a seat and a table to share their perspectives and propose solutions. It's not just about having strong skills, I think it's about applying them to create tangible social impact, whether through community projects or generating decent employment if you're an entrepreneur or if you have a business, or promoting sustainability. Young entrepreneurs can really help shape more resilient and inclusive societies. So I would say it's about being accountable and taking responsibility of that with your own skill set, and from the where you are right now, you can really contribute.
Totally agree, Diego. And moving on to the next question. So, looking across the vast Asia Pacific region, where do you see the single biggest opportunity for entrepreneurs right now? So, Sarah, what specific advice would you give?
Thank you for the question, Olivia. From what I have seen, many entrepreneurs in this space struggle to find the balance between achieving the climate goals and securing their business. It already a tough challenge, especially in the material sector. When we talk about going green, every part of the process matters. The product should be made of eco-friendly materials and designed to have this possible impact on the planet even at the end of the life cycle. But in the reality, it often leads to the high production cost or durability challenge, which make it difficult for startups to stay profitable in long term. That's why I believe better start hardware, creating something sustainable enough that consumers are willing to buy now and then keep improve the product later. Also, collaboration is the key. We can't do everything by ourselves. We need to work with research institute and business partners who specialize in different fields. One more important factor is being the right pace at the right time. We need to understand the market trends, whether it's the right moment to launch project, or if waiting could lead to higher demand and faster consumer acceptance. It's also about choosing the right location based on policy, resource, and cost. We don't even have to start at our home countries. For example, we can start do in different way. We sometimes it's better to launch abroad first and then expand back to home once the foundation is stronger. And we need to see like which path help us lower the risk and accelerate the goals for my business. Yeah.
And Ji-Chen, where do you see a different opportunity emerging?
Thank you, Olivia. Actually, this question really makes me feel excited. So of all the opportunities in Asia Pacific, if I had to pick one, it's gonna be transforming our food systems. So think about it. Food systems, it directly hits multiple SDGs, including zero hunger, climate action, responsible consumption, and of course, good health. So Asia Pacific region has a massive population, a growing middle class, but also huge issues with like food waste, unsustainable farming, and malnutrition. So this is where entrepreneurs can really make change. It's not just about producing more food, it's about producing better food with less waste, with more sustainable supply chain, right? So impact potential will be enormous. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji-Chen. And finally, let's fast forward 5 years. That'll be in 2030, I think. So picture the change you hope your work will have brought to the Asia Pacific region. What does that look like for you? It's a free discussion, guys. Whoever wants to go first. What about you, Diego? Do you want to go first?
Oh, that's
Always
a very
has to be
good
the first
question.
one, right?
No, that's fine. Well, I think that in 5 years, I would see a Global Skills Institute with ambition a region where cross-border collaboration and skill development have become standard practice. We aim to be a leading institution, setting the benchmark for how global skills are recognized and nurtured instead of just focusing on titles. We imagine a future where adaptability and global-minded skill sets are the true currency. And as the world continues to evolve, we will remain ready to adapt. So I think that we see this the world in 5 years, like focusing on skills that can really like develop communities and their own lives, such as what my dear friend just mentioned. I mean, to develop their skill sets, and also if we recognize that the media class is growing because our economies are getting better and stronger, I would say that to be ready, upskill and reskill constantly.
Great. And Sarah, do you want to go next?
Yes, thank you for the question, Olivia. My business is already deeply rooted in Asia Pacific region with a strong focus on China and Southeast Asia now. Over the next 5 years, I plan to expand globally. Our mission is to reduce agriculture and textile waste by transforming what's often discarded into sustainable and high-value material. Through innovation and collaboration, we aim to build a circular economy that benefits both people and the planet. Beyond business goals, I hope our model can serve as a real example, inspire young and female entrepreneurs to dare to chase their dream and believe the true gender equality. Every gender can build startup, lead business, and expect equal opportunity because entrepreneurship should be driven by vision, determination, not defined by age or gender. We can do something different.
And next, Professor Kim or Ji Chen, who wants to go next? I actually feel like, Kim's the real professor, but I feel like being such a teacher or professor right now, calling out students to answer my questions. I'm so sorry to have to do this, but yeah, Professor Kim, do you want to be the next one?
Sure. So, okay, I can start.
Okay. Just think about 5 years or even 1 decade or 2 decades in the future. Then for me, I think the real success is seeing a generation of young people in Asia Pacific and even more, not just as consumers, but as active creators of a circular economy. That's a change I hope for, a mindset shift powered by youth entrepreneurship and making our food systems more sustainable for everyone.
And yeah, now Professor Kim, what would you like to share with us?
Very stressful. Yeah. The long-standing regional value chain among Asian countries now caught in a volatile pause driven by shifts in the global industrial order, right? Paradoxically, this very instability, coupled with growing skepticism toward the old Korea, China, Japan cooperation model, opens space to discover new markets and cooperation formats. Korean entrepreneurs, in particular, face a limited home market and should therefore scrutinize Chinese social needs and latitude demands, while semiconductor libraries keep Seoul, Beijing, Tokyo, and Washington on it. Sectors such as healthcare and pharmaceuticals and disability services and elderly care generates massive and still unsatisfied demands inside China and remain underdeveloped enough. And Korea and Japan, for their part, already possesses advanced technology and know-how in this field. So I hope after 5 years, I want more than new generation Gen Z need to enjoy this new market and make a more collaborative cooperation format in this area.
Well, thank you guys. This has been an absolutely inspiring conversation. Thank you everyone for sharing your stories, your challenges, your incredible vision for the future. You've truly shown us the power of connection, innovation, and the spirit of our APEC youth. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for joining this cross-culture dialogue. I'm Olivia He, and this has been the APEC Young Entrepreneurs Roundtable. Goodbye for now.